So recently they did the Xbox Game Showcase where they announced all the new games, and well, this game was announced. Yes, as you can see, they announced the sequel to Grounded. I am in love with this game, and I've been trying to figure out a way and an excuse to make a video on this game for absolute ages, and now I have one. So today's video, I am going to be ranking all of the boss tier mobs from the original Grounded game. This is not the only time that we'll be doing it. We'll be covering all the angry creatures, friendly creatures, and the pets on later dates. But for now, we are just going to cover the boss tier mobs. So these are all the mobs with the little crown next to their names in the data pack. So, yep, let's get into it. Alrighty, today we're starting today's video with the first boss of the game, the Broodmother. So the Broodmother has two stages, from what I know, where it starts to spawn little enemies and little friends to help himself out. It's a real enemy spam mob in this case. Broodmother itself has pretty much the attacks of both the Orb Weeders and the Wolf Spiders combined. And yeah, so that means it does 5 full-on straight attacks, and it's a pretty interesting first boss foe. Now, when it comes to difficulty, it wasn't the hardest compared to some of the other bosses on this list, but the Broodmother is a really fun, good starting boss, so I've got to give it a solid A tier. Unlike the Broodmother, the Crow is, for some reason, a boss mob because it's not able to be killed. This guy is literally not possible to kill. The Crow, you can't fight, you can't do anything. The guy's literally just flying around. He's a little flyer. He little chills guy. He literally chills, flies around the entire map, and just, that's it. That's literally what the Crow does. It just flies around the map and it drops his feathers to make you better arrows. So I can't be giving the Crow just straight up anything higher than probably C tier, because yeah, the bows are useful, but once you unlock the tier 3 arrows, there's like no point or care about the crow feathers. The crow feathers are so useful though, and it's a really nice building item though. Okay, next up is the queen of the pond itself, well, the wonderful koi fish. So the koi fish eats you, as you can see by the footage here, but that's really all it does. So the koi fish can actually kill you. Compared to the crow, this thing actually kills you, but the point and the usage of the koi fish is literally to get its scales and get its sunken bones to make yourself better gear. Early game gear from the koi fish is actually pretty decent. Anyway, that's genuinely all the information I can really give you. The koi fish is just the koi fish. There's really not much info. So for the koi fish, I'm gonna chuck it in A tier because fuck you. The assistant manager. So the assistant manager is one of the first mandatory fights in Grounded. You have to fight the assistant manager to continue on with the game. And, well, yeah, the assistant manager isn't hard. Let me make that clear. The assistant manager isn't hard in any way, shape, or form. I actually found this fight to be quite boring. And the amount of fucking lasers really ruins this fight for me. I don't know what it is about like any game that has like enemy spam or spamming when it comes to fights, but I actually despised any enemy spam, and the amount of lasers and electrics that just did so much damage is what pissed me off this fight. I hate to say it, but you're worse than the fucking Crow. E tier. Director Schmetor. What a name. Okay, so Director Schmetor is definitely one of the more interesting boss fights. Now, I, again, very much need to make this clear. I don't like the spamming bosses. I made that extremely clear with the assistant manager. This guy is another spamming boss, but it's a little bit more bearable. I actually found this fight to be a lot more fun, because it had the stages of where spiders, little baby spiders will be coming to attack you, some ants, and also then some lasers. The lasers were a lot easier to dodge this time, I found, though. And yeah, Director Schmetor, you're a little cunt. This guy's also not mandatory, so I think since he's not mandatory and he's a bit more annoying, he actually makes more sense for a boss fight. Since I still don't like the spammy boss fights, I'm going to give it a B tier. Alright, so the next one is going to be a boss in both Grounded 2 and Grounded... Sorry? What's that? What? Wait, hold on, what? Hold on. Let me just quickly check this. Now, for all I know, I could be wrong, but by the looks of the trailer, looks like the Mantis is going to be a main mob, like a main creature that's going to be found in the yard when Grounded 2 comes out. Anyway, so for the wonderful one, the wonderful Mantis, I'm going to probably give the Mantis, I don't know. Actually, the boss fight was quite interesting. It chasing me was fucking hell. I hated it. I'll give it, I don't know. Let's go, actually, yeah, A tier. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck you, Mantis. A. Next up is the second, mandatory boss in Grounded. And this is the Mant, which is pretty much a bug X action figure human type creature that was made by Dr. Wendell Tolle based on a dream. And yeah, the fight itself isn't hard. It just does a lot of damage, but honestly, it's a long fight. You have to sit there for a good while trying to figure out how to do it. But anyway, so for the Mant, thinking out of everything I've done for all the ones so far, I think I'm going to give the Mant a solid B tier, honestly. Okay, so the Wasp Queen is one of the other ones that need a thing to be summoned. So you need to make a specific sandwich to be able to, deal with the Wasp Queen in the first place. Now, the Wasp Queen itself, its attacks are pretty much just the Wasp attacks, just a little bit stronger. Actually, not a little bit, a lot stronger. And in its second stage, it just spawns a fuck ton of wasps when it's about to die. That's really all the Wasp Queen is. It's just an enemy spammer as well. Yeah, I don't really like the Wasp Queen fight. I found it quite boring. D tier. Alright, finally on the list is the Infected Broodmother. Now I get to say and sit here and say that this is just the instant S tier. The Infected Broodmother fight is the biggest improvement to any of the fights in this game, specifically the Broodmother itself. Let me go through everything that the Broodmother Infected one does. So the Infected Broodmother, it's pretty much the exact same as the Infected Broodmother, but faster and stronger, with the ability of summoning the infected bombs, like all the other infected creatures, poisonous gases that hurt you, and even better, it will fake its own death. If you go to finish it off, it will go dead, you have to heal yourself, and then, yeah, you have to act like the guy isn't hurting it. Literally, the whole point of the Infected Broodmother is it tricks you into thinking it's dead twice. Happens twice in this fight. And after the second time, so after the first time it dies, it will start throwing the bombs. After the second time, it's just really fucking fast. It is one of the best bosses in any video game I have ever played. So yeah, the Infected Broodmother ends this list off with a beautiful S tier. And that, my friends, ends the list off with the final creatures being, yeah. So Grounded 1 was a great game, really fun. I love the story and everything. And as you saw, the announcement of Grounded 2 is coming out in July 29th. So I guess there'll be more videos about Grounded around then. Thank you all so much for watching. I absolutely loved it. I love making these type of videos. This was definitely a lot shorter than some of my other tier list videos, but I want to know if you guys want to see these tier lists again, because I love making these. These are probably my favorite video format to do. Anyway, thank you from the bottom of my heart, everyone, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!